Yo, man. I hope everybody had a good evening. I hope everybody had a good evening because it's going to be a lot to talk about, man. I posted up this morning. Everybody didn't seem like that. They were in the good grace of the Philadelphia Eagles, but here we are. Here we are. So we got a lot to talk about.
Damn right. You know what it is, y'all. Welcome to the aftermath.
Bang, bang, bang. Ooh-wee.
You heard Smitty. Bang, bang, bang. Hit it. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the Aftermath with your boy Cool Cat Connor, with my guy King DV. What up, King?
Hello, everybody. We here. We here. But yeah, fly Eagles fly. As I was saying this morning, even before this morning, but we got a lot to discuss. A lot to discuss right now.
Exactly. And my guy Smitty Eagle. What up, Smitty?
They told me they was gonna put 40 on my head. I'm just waiting for 40. I'm trying to see what they got on my 40, man. I think it's only 12. I think they 28 short. I think they. Let me check. Yeah, they. Oh no, they got 19. Then they still 21 short. Man, they still ain't.
I ain't counting that. We wasn't really playing, man. Come on, we wasn't playing it. The game was over. I ain't counting that.
They really only got 12.
Yeah, I ain't counting
that.
Look,
we've seen the let teams get that last little second score. We really don't even care about that stuff. We get them that all the time. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
Right. Man, so let's go ahead and let's talk about it, man. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated your favorite king and your favorite MVP 24-19, man. We went to Baltimore. A lot of people had the audacity to marry the Midday God to say that we didn't beat the Baltimore Ravens in 12 years and we haven't beaten them in Baltimore. Well, thank you, Saquon. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Jalen. Thank you, defense. Thank you, Philadelphia Eagles, for changing that narrative. So, King DV, we start with you, man. Your thoughts.
So like, come on, man. Like, first of all, they do everything at us, man. Talking about, they got the number one running defense. Shout out to Doomsday for the super chat. But no, number one running defense. My guy had over 107 yards. Well, he had 107 yards, right? Then they sit up there and talk about Lamar Jackson only lost one game in the NFC East or the NFC or whatever like that. That was two. They basically was giving them all this high hopes. It did what was baffling is that we had some fans here that basically was saying that, yo, I don't know, because they are good and all that. But look, we're a good team too, regardless of what you hear from the outside sources or the radio or whatever source that you get your Eagles news from. We are a good team too, period. First of all, think about it like this. It's you got to watch the game inside the game, bro. Like, I knew it. Soon as I said, all right, they focus on Saquon, all Jalen Hurts got to start doing is pulling it. Soon as he, just faking it to Saquon. Soon as that happens, it opens up the offensive game. We start going down the field. It start going down the field. Attacking the middle of the field. because the linebackers can't do anything. They can't do anything in the middle of the field, man. I watched tape of these guys, and as soon as that happened, I was like, all right, but we start getting complacent, in the play calling or where he was going with the ball with AJ. And I'm like, other guys got to get involved as well. We had Smitty this game, happy that he sat out now because we won this game, but I'm just happy that he sat out for another week. He's close to being ready. But at the same time, man, look, don't doubt this team, man. This team got multiple ways to win, and man, and we got to just, key in on that. It's a couple other things that I do want to point out. I want to point out, number one, when Saquon Barkley really wasn't getting those holes that he wanted, he went to Stoutland, and Stoutland was actually looking at, some tape and everything like that, and they was talking amongst each other, and then he was also talking to the line. But then on the flip side, they was able to do whatever they want. They was up 9-0. Who talked to the defense? CJ Gardner-Johnson talked to the defense. Mm-hmm. These are like key things that we didn't even have last season. This is why I said this team is not like last season. No, and then like I said before, we keep saying things like, "Oh, thank you Giants for Saquon Barkley." We need to be thanking the Dolphins for Vic Fangio. Yeah, you see how he got these young guys playing, and they sponges, so they listen to everything that he's saying. Then he got the right position coach. Like this is all crazy. It's just crazy to see. The game inside the game, and that's basically what it's about. That's basically what it's about, man. And shout out to Justin Tucker, man. Justin Tucker, he was my friend today. even though I feel like that it wouldn't matter because down the stretch, if they had that, they had 19, because he missed like 7 points. If they had the 19, then we would have played serious defense down the stretch. It would have been on Lamar Jackson 40-yard run. But it was a mastermind, and they said that too. Vic Fangio had a hard time. I don't think he ever won against Lamar Jackson. But here we are. That's what I'm saying. This year in this team feels different. We keep talking about the offense and everything. This defense is real, man. And it starts up front, man. And that's the key. The key was we won the line of scrimmage. We won the line of scrimmage on defense. They had a good offensive line. On defense, we was menaces on defense. Then Cooper DeJean started coming along, and did you see what Cooper DeJean did to King Henry?
Took that crown off his head.
Come on, man. All I'm saying is these rookies looking like pros, man. Quinyon, I was a little like I gasped a little bit when he got hurt, but I was like, yo, Quinyon back. He was back the next play. I said, yep, him and Nakobe Dean. I said, Nakobe Dean can't be out. Come on, man. I cannot do because they say Oren Burks. I said, what? Man, put Jeremiah Trotter in for this as a play, man. I don't want Oren Burks in, man. It was flashbacks from the Super Bowl when he got cooked. I don't want him to get cooked. So I'm like, all right. But it's the game inside the game, man. That's basically what it is. And I'm just happy that the Eagles stuck to the course. And, shout out to coaching because it was a lot of things that Kellen Moore did to adjust that went unseen. And the management up the skill of Nick Sirianni this game, just to, keep going for one, basically being able to, get his guys and group his guys together. So shout out to the Eagles for pulling out this win. 10-2 is way better than 9-3. Look, I could keep going on and on, but I'm gonna let y'all go.
Yeah, go ahead, Smitty. Yeah, let me go ahead and I'll pass it to Smitty. For me, listen, a couple of things. One, thank you, Saquon Barkley, for being Saquon Barkley. Salute the offense for stepping up when it had to. Jalen freaking Hurts and AJ Brown, we'll get to them. Defense dominated King Henry and Saquon Barkley. But I want to talk to all you doubters out there because as y'all can see, there was a lot of people that picked the Baltimore Ravens. A lot of people that said, oh, we haven't beaten the Baltimore Ravens in 12 years. We haven't beaten the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. They said the exact same thing about the Cincinnati Bengals, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New Orleans Saints. And what do you think happened, ladies and gentlemen? The Philadelphia Eagles walked up there like warriors, which is the word of the day for Birds of Broad Street, warriors, and got the dub. That's how a team does it. I said 15-2 was on the board, and I get it any given Sunday, but put it on there. It's right there. The NFC East is yours. Now we're just looking at that number 1 seed, first round bye, home field advantage. And not only that, and I'll pass it to Spinny. That was a statement win right there. That was a statement win right there. I don't care if you're an MVP. I don't even care if you're a king. We walk into your trap, took over your trap, walked out of there warriors, and left out of there with a dub. Go ahead, Smitty.
It's interesting, right? I don't even care about how many people pick them or whatever or whatnot. You know what I mean? It's always like the look over the Eagles moment. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the Ravens been playing this and they played this and well and blah blah blah. I told y'all, like, do you remember what I said last week? Did you?
Do I remember?
Who did I say was the last threat on our schedule?
The last threat? This team.
Yeah.
Team.
I didn't. I didn't think there was a threat. I really didn't. I said the Rams had the best potential of beating us.
You said
they had a wide receiver core who could get open and get some plays. After we took Zay Flowers away, what happened to them? After Derrick Henry couldn't just be a bully, what happened to them?
Hold on. Go ahead.
I mean, it just seemed like they had no respect for what the Eagles could do. And then when Fangio adjusts, and now you can't just throw the ball wherever you want to. Zay Flowers started out hot. Yeah, he had 2 big plays. 2 big plays for 60 yards. Outside of that, he had 14. Outside of that, he had 14.
They started out decent.
That was the first drive.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have – the first drive, this man had 60 yards. After that, he had 14.
Sash, what's up?
But it was no respect for what the Eagles would do. It was no respect for us taking away. I said it before the game last week. I didn't really get to do a pregame like I wanted to because me and bro took a little break last week. But
we back though.
Happy. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving, bros.
It was straight, man.
Yeah.
It was straight. I told them, like, if you take away Lamar's ability to run the ball and do all that fancy shit, then the game is easily won. I told you I wasn't worried about Derrick Henry. I was more worried about Lamar Jackson and his legs and arm than I was Derrick Henry just running me into the ground. I didn't think that could happen. As you see, it didn't. It's funny to me, bro. Like, you know, I know they had the 31st pass defense. I wish we had a full roster. Probably be a better game than that. We couldn't really take advantage how we wanted to because they were able to kind of disguise themselves and play some tricky coverages against AJ. I do like some things I've seen from Jalen, though. I know he don't got 200 yards, but it was a couple times where he could have easily forced it or said, you know what, I'm going to start taking shots. No, he was calm. He was collected. He found Jahan. He found Dallas. He found Saquon when he needed to. He found AJ when he needed to. It was it's going to be a negative notation next to his name because he didn't go for 250 and 3 touchdowns and he didn't go crazy. But in a game where you need him not to make mistakes, don't turn the ball over, don't do crazy. He didn't. I mean, he was able to stand in with the best of them. And what's funny is I told somebody what to bet, right? I said take Jalen Hurts for 1 passing, 1 rushing, and Saquon for 1 rushing. It's crazy. I mean, this team is well-rounded, man. We getting to the point of the year where you lean on your run game. It's getting cold late in the game. People don't want to tackle. We showing teams what we really made of. And look, that was a great game. I know Cool Cat said it's a statement game. I don't think beating a bad defense is a statement game for me. I don't think they're a good team. I think we only can get 1 statement game left this season. It's them boys over there in Detroit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only statement I got left. Because outside of that, I don't feel threatened by anybody on this team. I know we got to play every game because it's NFL Sunday.
All right,
but none of them.
Let me ask you this, Smitty. We got let's check the schedule real quick before we talk about.
I don't think we lose another game, bro.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you that. We got the Panthers, we got the Steelers, we got the Commanders, we got the Cowgirls. Me and Simone going to that game, and we got the New York Giants.
But the best chance they got of beating us is probably when Kenny Pickett play against the Giants. And I don't even think Tommy DeVito and his and the Giant gang can even beat them. I don't respect the Steelers, man. I see what they is when you take away the same thing. Basically, the Steelers do is what the Ravens wanted to do. They want you to run, play action, catch you slipping, and hit you for big plays. That's how they won today. The Bengals kept falling in on the play action because Najee Harris was hitting them upside the head. I don't fear that. I know my team will adjust to that. The Panthers, they're a scrappy team at this moment, but they just lost two really close games, right? You know what I mean? They might be in the game. It's a possibility. They are playing some good football. They are learning themselves as a young team. But them beating me, I don't think that happens. I think what I'm learning from them down the stretch is they don't know how to close the game because they're so young. They're trying to figure it out. They're making mistakes. They're young, but it's new head coach, new quarterback. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things trying to gel together. And then, I listen, the Commanders had a good season, man, but beating me just ain't on that list. It just ain't. And I told y'all in whatever month it was, we did the prediction the first time that I was sweeping the Cowboys. So I'm standing on that business, and I don't care if it's Cooper Rush. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Next man up. That's what you told me. So next man up. You talked to me about the Gardner Minshew loss. So, hey man, I don't see another team on this schedule, man, that threatens me, that makes me feel like they can beat me. In the 5 games we got left, I think we win all 5 of them, in my opinion.
What about you, King? Before we go to Jalen, what about you, King?
No, beginning of the season, right before when we did prediction, I had it 13-4, at best 14-3. I'm standing on the 14-3. As of right now, because one of the teams that I thought was going to give us a hard time, as the season went on, I knew some of the weaknesses of Baltimore Ravens, and we just beat them. Yep. Just like bro just said, like, the Steelers are the same type of team. That's why they always have difficult time playing the Steelers, because the Steelers and the Ravens are similar. Yeah. But I think, at home on the 15th,
we'll be at the link for the Steelers.
We could beat the Steelers. The Commanders, man, we always have a good game or a good showing against the Commanders. By the time then, we probably should have Smitty back, and you know what he did the last time he was there. He was balling. It's going to buckle down to like the mentality of the team, man. How bad do they want the number 1 seed? How bad do they want, to be the leader of the NFC? And that's basically what's going to buckle down to.
What I seen tonight, though, did you see anybody smiling or happy after that game?
What you mean?
Like
you talking about the Eagles? No.
Yeah.
No.
The only person I see do a little something was probably CJ. He did this, but CJ they're like, it was a good game, but we got a lot to go. We got to keep the momentum rolling.
Yeah, because he was frustrated. He was frustrated with the line in the beginning of the game.
I don't know if he was frustrated with the line exactly, but I think he was trying to find a way to alleviate what they were doing on day end. Because if you notice, every time they ran the ball, him and Stoutland was over there like talking, like, "Hey, what
right?" That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And they like, "Okay, let's try this, let's try that." If you notice, we usually inside zone. They were doing all types of stuff to try to figure out how we can get them on their back foot.
Right.
Then they start RPO a little bit. RPO. Then they kind of. But the thing about it was, they kept tricking us. They kept 8 men in the box, making it look like 8, and then they would drop 2 out of the box and 6 men in the box. We end up with a guy with nobody to block, which makes the whole jumble up. There's nobody there. He's just standing there. Shakita.
There you go. Salute to Shakita, man.
It was. I think I like that though. For you and Stoutland to be over there, like looking at the pad, and y'all trying to figure out, hey, what you see? Okay, this is what I see. What do you see? Okay, let's try this. Let's try that. And then finally, the well broke.
Mm-hmm.
The well broke.
But
I mean, they played
that's
it
what I
well
was.
though, bro. They played that shit well. I ain't gonna lie.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, even when we first got Saquon, I said, look, down the stretch, we're gonna need that leadership. And that's what happened. We got that leadership from Saquon. He basically was able to talk to the Stoutland in the offensive line. We didn't have that in the other running backs. You know, we didn't have that as a collective. Like,
I
this
think
what it is.
I think Swift tried to.
No,
But I think what happened was
like to this juncture.
He was talking to the team, but it's like when you start losing, how much do I want to hear from you? When it's not going well, how much do I really want you talking to me? How much do I really want to feed into what you're saying? And you ain't out there performing. You ain't out there doing it. See, the difference is you can listen to Saquon because he going out on the field. He putting action to them words. Yeah, he talking to you, but then he getting out there and putting 100% on the field. Swift wasn't doing that every game. Yep. It's hard to be a leader.
Other way.
I look at you and I don't see 100 every game.
I see it the other way though. I see it like basically. Well, you know, the number one reason why the line is going to listen to Saquon is not just the fact that because at the time when we start seeing him on the screen, we were down 9-0. When we start seeing him on the screen, I think they just respect to the work that he put in, you know, more than a Swift. I don't think that, you know, that's fair. That's unfair to Swift to say, you know, to compare the two. But I never saw Swift like with Stoutland. I never saw Swift, you know, hey, I need
that's
this
a
block.
Different level of being a vet, though, bro. A vet go talk to the run game coordinator and the offensive line coach. A guy like Swift, he was just talking to the old line. You know what I'm saying? But when you go to Stoutland, when you start bringing the running back coach over there, that's a different level of being a professional. He like, look, I can talk to the old line, but guess what? If Stoutland ain't in what we talking about, it's a different level. Like I was just more like I seen Swift try to talk to the old line and get them back in the game, but it just didn't seem like it resonated as much as Swift. Because guess what? Swift gonna come out there, and Swift might see the game a little better than Barkley might see the game better than Swift. So he telling the old line like, look, if you hit him, I'm going through that hole. All I need you to do is get to the. Swift might not see that. Swift might just be like, man, we're gonna get it going. We're gonna get it. No. Saquon is out there giving blocking tips.
But that's why I said that when people was like, oh, we ain't got Kelsey and everything like that. All we need is for Cam Jurgens to play somewhat of a percentage of Kelsey because we still going to have that leadership on the offensive line because you got somebody that's seen every scheme. You see, our majority of every scheme that's thrown at him. So he's going to help the Mekhi Bectons. He's going to help certain guys like that.
The Bills and Chiefs position today with a win. God.
What you mean?
Bills win today. They clinch.
Yeah, they clinch the NFC East. They clinch the
AFC East. If they win the night, they clinch
the
playoff in the division.
If the Commanders would have lost today, couldn't we have?
No, we needed 2 wins.
We needed 2 wins.
We needed them to lose today, and us win next week also to lock up.
Okay.
Because then that would have been 4.5 games. There was no way they can catch us with 4 games left.
I'm rooting for Thursday. I'm rooting for Green Bay because I need them to beat me.
We all
got a tough little stretch though. It ain't like they just gonna get away. They got the Packers. They still got the Vikings. I think they still got to play like the Bills or something like that. They still got a
I think so. Yeah,
couple matchups where if they mess around and not hit, we could be.
Yeah, well, Washington got a bye this week. And Detroit facing Green Bay.
No, I'm not worried about Washington.
They're like 4.5 games. They too.
I know.
Hey,
no, you mean 2 games back. Remember,
3.5 games. They lost to the Ravens. That's right. Another half game.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't agree.
Yeah, they lost another. They lost to the Ravens. We beat the Ravens. Right. I think if I'm not mistaken, they lost to the Steelers too.
Yeah.
They
might have a chance to lose again because after they bye, they got the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, Saints.
Yeah, week.
Is that in New Orleans?
That's in the dome.
Okay.
Yep. And the Detroit Lions got the Buffalo Bills after Green Bay.
Yes.
So
they still got a tough little schedule.
Yep, they do. So there's a chance.
That's why I said, like, if they don't lose Thursday, I'm not 100% out that they don't lose. They like, unlike us, I think they still got some threats on that schedule that could, you know what I'm saying, get them a punch.
Right. So, yep. So with that being said, let's hand out some grades. And the first man on the list is, well, you know who.
Jalen Hurts. Let's see if he can get something going. There's Hurts. He's back. Fires. Touchdown. They really came out on fire. Hurts.
He is in such control.
Hurts. What a play by Jalen Hurts. Beautiful throw by Hurts. 3 rushing touchdowns. Give me a little more of that. Boy, that hurts. Boy, did he make magic happen.
Jalen Hurts, number 1.
That really, really hurts.
11 of 19 for 118 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, sacked 2 times at a rating of 93.8, and he had 9 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown. So we'll start with you, King. Jalen freaking Hurts.
I'll give him I'm gonna just give him a solid B. Just because of his management of the game, and basically it was times that he was taking what the defense gave him, but also, he scrambling backwards, that's a no. Some guys that he missed, also not nitpicking, but at the same time, like, we need him to clean that up, but overall, man, like I said, the game management of the RPO, being able to hit guys like a Dallas Goedert, being able to trick out the defensive end for that touchdown, being able to switch up and change plays. I've seen him a change of play, whereas though that Saquon Barkley was able to get yardage. And then Saquon Barkley, I think he called that play for that touchdown that he had. And that's why him and Mekhi Becton did the celebration. But at the same time, I think that, Jalen Hurts, he's just finding his way with everything. Everything is still new to him. And I think that, once he's unleashed, it's going to be in the playoffs. I think it's going to be in the playoffs, and that's when he's going to unleash, and we're going to see that like a Super Bowl type of performance and everything. He was able to, run the ball when needed. He wasn't forcing it, which is a great thing. So I'll give him a solid B, man. It wasn't too much that he needed to do to win this game. The slow start, I'm not going to put it all on him. It was some coaching stuff going on there too, and then also we just had to take what the Ravens gave us. So I got to give him a solid B just for being able to manage the Eagles' offense, and then making the right plays when needed.
Right, Smitty.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a solid B. I think they played some good defense, but he was able to avoid making mistakes in the moments where they did take away his options. He didn't make the normal plays. Yeah, he did some things, but he did get sacked or whatever. But he was able to save a lot of those free blitzes and a lot of those rushes that came through early. Man, he was able to reposition and make some plays down the stretch. So I'm gonna give him a B.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm giving him a B as well. He did what he had to do on the offense. I'm not nitpicking like everybody is doing. He missed some people, but at the end of the day, he only took what the defense gave him. So salute to Jalen. Let's get to the rest of the playmakers here. Saquon Barkley. God, I love you. 23 carries for 107 yards and a touchdown. Will Shipley had 1 carry for 4 yards. And as for the rest of the playmakers, A.J. Brown, 5 receiving for 66 yards. Goddard, who was questionable with another injury, 3 receiving for 35 yards and a touchdown. Saquon, 2 receiving for 10 yards. Jahad Dotson, 1 for 7. So, King, what grade would you give Saquon, A.J., Goddard, and the rest of the playmakers?
Well, Saquon Barkley get an A.
Yeah.
He gets an A. And that's only because we so used to these type of matchups and everything, whereas though you already think that he's going to go off. You know, a lot of people kept saying, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, but you can't keep running the ball. But I did expect for him to be in the passing game a little bit more than he was today. I know that the edge was just watching him, that he was keying in on him a lot. But he did what he needed to do to help us win the matchup. That's why I said A from Saquon. AJ Brown was able to get the ball rolling in the middle of the field, to open up or loosen up their defense. I give AJ Brown probably like a solid B as well.
Yeah.
The rest of the group, man, like that, you know, Dallas Goedert had a good touchdown, but after that he was a no-show. That could have been within the scheme.
Yeah. That, or I know he was questionable about an injury or something. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it was a knee. It was a knee. But overall, man, you know, they did what they needed to do to win the game, man. So overall, great for everybody. Just because of Saquon, I could give them a B+.
Yep. Smitty?
I'm gonna give him a. I'm gonna give everybody an A, man. I don't really think the opportunities were there to really execute a lot.
Yeah.
When they got the chances, I mean, I didn't see anybody make no crazy mistakes when they did get the opportunity. So I'm gonna give them an A. You know what I mean? They executed to the point where they needed to. They did what they had to when they got the opportunity. Obviously, Dallas Goedert, AJ Brown carried the bulk of the receiving. You know, as usual, Saquon Barkley carried the remainder of it on, you know, on the other side, you know, with the rushing. So I'm gonna give them an A.
Yeah, I'll give them the playmakers a solid A as well. Saquon Barkley gets an A, of course. AJ Brown, like Keeney V said, a solid B. Same for Goddard. Saquon did some stuff in the passing game. All in all, like, I'll give them a solid A as well, man. I'll give them a solid A. So now let's get to the defense side of the ball. Let's get to Lamar Jackson was 23 of 36 for 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, sacked 3 times and a rating of 101. Derrick Henry, 19 carries for 82 yards. Lamar, 8 for 79. Zay Flowers, 3 receiving for 70. Mark Andrews, 6 for 67. Likely, 5 receiving for 38. Derrick Henry, 3 for 29. Justin Hales, 4 for 15. And the men that got the sack was Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter. Jelix Hunt had a sack and a half. So with that being said, let's grade the defense. King, what grade would you give the defense?
Now, all them numbers, scroll up a little bit.
Yep.
Scroll up a little bit. So all them numbers that you just said, man, is not telling what this defense actually did. No, I'm talking about the defense, man. You real pass.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
But no, it's not really telling. I don't care how much they had or anything. My defense, when they buckled down and adjusted, man, they held that team to 12 points.
Damn
12
right.
points. This was probably like one of the best offensive teams in the league, statistically, quote unquote. And look at what we did with that. You know, Zach Bond. You know, we really do got to find a way to, you know, make some money work out for him. Hopefully, he could just stay here. I don't know how he's going to do that, but you know, I'm not pushing it. As long as he just keep playing like this, man, and helping this team win, man, that's all I can ask for. Nakobe Dean, man, like he's a warrior, man. He's a warrior, man. He got hurt, came back, still was making plays, still was making tackles, man. Zach Bond had a half a sack. He had a good stop on King Henry. We got to talk about Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, yes, it's 4 tackles and everything, but he was a menace in the middle of the field. You know, he had Lamar shook a couple times. Jordan Davis at the beginning of the game, making tackles on the running backs, you know, making it hard for the running backs to even get do the hole that they wanted to get to, because King Henry was hitting the left side so much, but Jordan Davis was not having that. So it made it easier for guys like Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond basically to step up. Isaiah Rodgers had a solid game. It wasn't too bad, you know. It wasn't too bad. Q, of course, Q was Q. And Cooper DeJean had to tighten up, but once he did, like he was making tackles, he was making plays. What I do, the number one thing I didn't like, and I say this probably almost the last couple weeks. Why is Avonte Maddox getting in on third and longs?
Exactly.
Why? They go to attack him. They've been attacking him. Like, why is he getting in?
Didn't he also have a penalty? I'm sorry, King. Didn't he also have a penalty?
He always have a penalty. He always do. He helped him out all the time. He helped him out.
My God,
the way the defense had to buckle down, even though the special teams put us in bad situations and everything like that, that's telling, man. With CJ Gardner-Johnson, man, he had one tackle. But the presence of his voice and what he said on the sideline did something to that team. And look at the outcome, man. We won it off basically defense, and miss kicks from Justin Tucker. But we won it basically defense. Anyway, the team showed up, man. Even Tristan McCullum, man. I was like, oh man, they're gonna try to attack him, man. He was up for the challenge a little bit. He basically challenged the ball and everything like that. Jugs Hunt had a great game. To me, it's not telling with the numbers, but at the same time, he had a great game. For it to be him. I didn't really see too much of the new guys, really. The new guy that was elevated. But overall, man, these guys is playing for Vic. They're playing for Vic, and that's what it is. So the defense by itself, that grade, you got to give it an A+.
Yeah,
this is Lamar Jackson and them guys that started the game off hot and only was able to score 9 points. 12 points before the half, and they didn't really score until garbage time. So you gotta give kudos to the defense as a whole. And it starts with the leadership of Kobe Dean and CJ Gardner-Johnson. We don't have Slay. That's another leader that we're missing. But overall, man, A+ for me.
Yep, Smitty.
I give them an A+ too, man. They did what they had to do. They came to play football. Disrupt everything you can on the offensive end, man, and that's what they did. I mean, play in, play out. They made plays. They were able to really show up on both sides of the ball, and that's what on all three downs, all aspects of the offense. What I'm saying, as far as like stopping their run, stopping the pass, coming in and really being able to really buckle down. That was one of the more impressive showings for the defense, man. So yeah, I give them an A+.
Yep, and I'm giving the defense an A+. I do not count that touchdown that they had that made it 19 points. It's really 24-12, if you ask me. That defense hold it down for another week, and I'm giving the defense an A+, man. Lions, Packers, and the Eagles. Top 3 NFC teams.
I don't know about the Packers.
You want our opinion?
I say Lions and Eagles.
I mean, if y'all think I think we are.
I don't think the Packers are in that race.
The Packers not in that race, bro.
Yeah. But I'm with you with the Lions and us, of course. But Packers, I need to see some more though.
No, you can't say the Packers when I think they're third in their division.
Yeah, Minnesota won, so yep. Yep. So all right, let's hand out some game balls. Offense and defense. Who we got, Smitty?
AJ, Saquon. I'm gonna give it the stop.
Yep.
Defense. Cooper DeJean, Kobe Dean.
Yep.
CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Yep. King?
Well, you got to go with Saquon. That's first things first.
We're all
gotta
agreeing
go with
with
Saquon. I could actually give a game ball to Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell had some good blocking for Saquon Barkley to get going basically, and then also a good it was like a mush play for AJ Brown as well.
Right.
So just playing team ball, I could give one to him. And Mekhi Becton, man, Mekhi Becton been showing up and being strong, especially in the second half for this team. I'm not going to be one of those guys that oversees it. And I don't want to pick the obvious, like I don't want to pick the AJs and the Jellens and all that every week.
Yeah.
That gets redundant. But then also on the defensive side, you gotta go Jalen Carter.
Yep.
You gotta go. You gotta go. Zach Bond.
Yep.
And then you also gotta go. Like I'm gonna just give it to CJ Gardner-Johnson just because of the speech that he gave when we were down, and basically it made them tighten up and play the game that we see for the rest of the game.
Yep. And for me, let's see. Saquon is a unanimous. AJ and Jalen, I'll give it to Jalen Hurts, of course. Defense, I'll give it to Cooper. I'll give it to Quinion. And because he's such a leader and he damn well deserved it, I'll give it to Brandon Graham because he showed up. He gave a pre-speech to the defense before the game, and I'll give it to Brandon Graham. So, coaching. Any thoughts on the Nick Sirianni, Kellen, and Vic King?
Oh, you going to me first? Great, because I just seen something. So just off of this, so basically, Jalen Hurts was asked about Nick Sirianni saying this BS about.
I saw it. All right.
Hurts. Yeah.
Yep.
That gives him an A from me. Just off the rip, just basically being there and basically shutting down all that talk about him and Jalen Hurts. Number one. So just that, the way he managed the game, he didn't really get too excited to the point where he became a nuisance on the sideline. He had to get held back and everything. He kept his composure, and he's been doing that week in and week out since the stretch. So as long as and the things that he say, things that he said that we haven't did ish yet.
Yeah.
We haven't did
Everybody's
anything
going to tell
special.
you how great you are, and everybody's going to call you and say how great you
Exactly.
are. We have not done ish. Put your head down and work.
Exactly. So, just keeping them focused, man. You got to give them an A on that.
Yep.
The fact that everybody told me that Kellen Moore don't run the ball, that's what everybody told me. And the fact that he's basically doing it and doing it well, and then finding ways to, get Saquon Barkley those looks and working with Stoutland and everything like that. I got to give him an A as well. But I got to give the man of the hour, Vic Fangio, got to give him an A+.
Yeah.
A+, man. He got these young guys playing, man. He has trust in Q to start. He had trust in Cooper DeJean to take over that slot. He had trust in Nakobe Dean being the dot, where everybody in the beginning of the year was basically talking about, hey, Devin White should be the dot because Devin White, we know what he could do. And a lot of people wasn't on Nakobe Dean, and he had trust in him. So we got to give credit to where credit is due on how this defense is playing. And it start, like I said, with that green dot and Nakobe Dean calling out plays and making sure people is in the right situations. And, but I'm gonna give honestly, I got to give a grade to this coach. And it wasn't his fault really, but the special teams put us in some situations.
Yeah. We got
It was.
But they also hold on. They made up though, because 2 times they got the ball to the 5. One on the 1, one on the 4. So they got the 2 penalties. But
that was Brandon, man.
On both of the times when they executed, we got the ball and scored.
I mean, that was Brandon Mann and Kelly Ringo, but I guess
you got to get down there to stop it. I mean,
I know. I guess I could give them a C. I'm gonna give them a C-. I didn't like all the in the beginning of the game though, man. I was frustrated.
But how is that?
I give him a C.
Though?
I said it's not really on him, but I gotta give the special teams a grade. We ain't talk about special teams.
Oh
yeah, we normally don't.
Yeah,
talk special.
I can't give it to the coach.
Right. So go ahead, Smitty, and then I guess we'll talk special teams a little bit before the Panthers a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh no, we ain't got to talk special teams. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like,
But go ahead, Smitty.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw it too.
I get the coaching staff like a B plus. I mean, they could have done better. I'm kind of tired of the slow starts. I'm kind of, tired of that. Special teams, obviously, yeah, they made some mistakes. I'm sure he gonna correct those mistakes. They were small, dumb mistakes that you just don't make in a game like this. But it didn't come back to completely bite us in the back. So I'm okay with it a little bit. But Keely Ringo, obviously, that running out of bounds, I thought it was a little ticky-tack. I felt like he tried to get back in bounds, but they kind of blocked the inbounds. So I don't know what you do in a situation where the two guys pretty much prevent you from coming back in bounds. But he also made. I gotta kind of. I know you gave it to the special teams. I think Keely Ringo the only one that made the dummy mistakes. He did the out of bounds. He hit Buddy on special teams.
Yeah, that was dumb.
I'm giving Keely Ringo like a D for special teams. That boy was horrible, man. That boy was horrible.
Then when Q came out, they was like Keely Ringo win. I said no. I said no.
Luckily, it was only
this
one
is not
play.
his day.
Luckily, it was only one.
I said it was. Yeah, I was like, it's not his day. I don't want him to mess up on defense too. It's not his day right now. But no, I had a question for you. I had a question for y'all. Not to cut you off, but I just had a question. Now you said that you're tired of the slow starts. Do you think that's more execution, or do y'all think it's coaching?
A little bit of both.
I think it's both.
That's the safest answer, man.
No, but it is though. They call it. I mean, some of the play calling is kind of dumb because you're not giving it to Saquon. But also, I watched Jalen Hurts miss a couple of the plays, or the offensive line stumble over their own toe, and Jalen Hurts try to get out of the way and have to throw it away. So I think it's a little bit of both. I think the execution and the play caller at the beginning of the game is putrid. They don't really have an identity until after the first two drives, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's both too, man. Sometimes it's on the coaching, like it's first and 10.
Hold on, cool guy. If you want me to put a gun out and say who I'm putting it on, I'm saying coaching more than players.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was looking
for. Yeah, I'm same way too, because like it's if it's 2nd and 5 or 3rd and 3. Just run Saquon, but if AJ Brown's open, give it to it's like it's coaching in my eyes. It's coaching as well. So if y'all gotta put a gun in my head, I would have to choose coaching too.
So I'm thinking it's more execution in the beginning.
But I also will sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
And by the way, I'm giving the coaching staff an A so I can get that out of the way. When it comes to that, I'm also the players as well, because sure, the coaches will call plays that makes you scratch your heads, but they're not on the field. They're not the ones on the field doing these plays. So I can see it both ways, but go ahead, King. Let me hear from you.
No, it's more so the execution with me at the beginning of the games, because I can't believe that they sit in here basically all weekend and work on and practice and everything. I can't sit here and think that Kellen Moore doesn't have a scheme that he want to go to and then make adjustments throughout the game. I feel like that is more so like Jalen Hurts and everything, with the comfortability of throwing it to like an AJ Brown. Yep. Comfortability of just handed it off to Saquon Barkley
or Goddard
or keeping it himself. Even then, even when Smitty is in the game and everything and he's healthy, it starts out with AJ Brown. It starts out with Saquon Barkley, and that's how we become predictable. To the point where like we supposed to have all these weapons and everything like that. Like, yo, you gotta keep like Smitty said earlier, you gotta keep defenses on their toes. Yep. And I feel like that, especially when it was one play this game, he threw the ball to Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley caught the ball and made it like a 3 to 4 yard play on a swing pass, and then he tried to do it again and got batted down because they were ready for it this time.
Yep.
So in my mind, you got to think like, yo, I got to, okay. they're going to be prepared for that next time because they see Saquon. This is their main focus on defense. Let me go elsewhere with it. That's what I'm saying. Like it has to be the player execution held accountable for that. Now you could say moments in the game when we call a timeout and they come out with doing the play and you're like, what kind of play is that? That's coaching.
Yes.
But in the beginning of the game, like the first quarter, I feel like that's more execution, poor execution. And now Jalen Hurts has the opportunity to make the changes at the line and everything when he sees certain things, and he has that opportunity to do that now. I feel like that it should be him held accountable as well. Like I said, the coaching staff is not always right at all, but I feel like that is more. I'm leaning more towards execution than coaching.
Yeah, I agree. Williams, I wish people would stop talking about the dang Super Bowl. Let's finish the regular season. Like Nick Sirianni says, we haven't done nothing yet. Like, we haven't done ish yet. We got to put our head down as a fan base, our head down as a coaching staff and players, and work. Because you see what the Panthers done. They've been putting up some points versus the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Bucks. They ain't going to lay down without a fight.
Bro, they don't got nothing to lose. That's the teams that's most dangerous around this time. They don't have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
So, with that being said, you gotta be on your P's and Q's with them too, man. Get it together.
Yes.
Make sure you start out quickly. Don't make this complicated, and then you want to sit guys later in the game. You don't want to sit up there and go toe to toe with these guys. They don't have that many options on offense, and they defense. I don't even know where they rank at. I got to look at, certain things. But overall, I just think that you can't sleep on nobody, regardless of how sweet we look at this schedule or five. I think 5 of the 6 games we're home.
Yep.
Look, you can't really look at it like that. Teams are trying to be in position.
Oh, here it is, King.
Teams are trying to play spoiler. You got to watch out for all that. That's what you got to do. The only probably one, maybe 2 teams that might not be playing spoiler. It's the last 2 teams that we play.
Yep. You sure about that? Because they're going to be like, if we don't make it to the playoffs, we're going to make sure y'all, No,
they ain't going. Come on.
I know.
Because when we played them on week 17, I feel like that they're going to be more in a position as their fan base now that's talking about the NFL draft.
Yeah,
we still got a season to complete, and they talk about the draft. I think they're going to be at the draft point like
the
they
Giants. I'm talking about the little boys. I know the Giants.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Cowboys.
Yep,
that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no Giants. The Giants is done. They in the grave.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, yep. So, any thoughts on the Panthers before we talk about the shows coming up? Any early thoughts or no? No.
I mean, it's not really nothing that you got to watch for, but just don't take them lightly. That's all I can say.
Don't listen. I would love to pump my chest and say we're gonna beat the Panthers. Yeah, so did the Bucks. So did the Kansas City Chiefs. What the heck did they do? They almost lost to the dang-gone Panthers. It's not. Don't.
You can't even say that. But Cool Cat, you can't even say that because it's always a game of matchups.
Yeah.
It's always a game of matchups. So how they play the Bucks, probably not the same way they're going to play us.
Right.
So
that is a division rival, too. That you is right on that. Any thoughts on the Panthers, Smitty, or no?
Come play disciplined football. Don't sleep on the team. It's an NFL football game. I mean, you got to play 4 quarters again. Be disciplined. That's pretty much it, man.
Yep. So let's go ahead and wrap up with these shows. First, Birds Flying High with Coach Tim and King DV. What you guys got?
Oh, so basically we're going to try to have somebody from the Panthers. We're going to try to have one of their content creators on Wednesday. If not, then we're just going to be talking about where we stand with the Eagles and the injury report and who's coming back to play. Yep. And then also the upcoming matchup with the Panthers. So that's basically what it is.
Yep. The check down with Smitty and the crew. What you got on Saturday, Smitty?
College football playoff prediction, NFL review, man. It's just a regular deal, man.
Yep. 2 hours of the best show with King DV and Smitty inside the nest. What you guys got?
Nothing yet. I think we just get back to the regular routine. We missed a week, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
we just back to the regular routine, man. Just getting back to it.
Yeah, we're gonna be more in depth with things by the time then the all 22 will be out, so we could get more in depth of what we saw this matchup, and basically just going over some of the Panthers and what they like to do, who to look out for. Basically, 2 hours of just talking football.
Yep. Cool Cat Mitch on tomorrow with your boy and me, Mitch Kofsky. And of course, Birds of Broad Street, me, Moan, One Trey Rock, and Smitty Eagle. The word of the day is Warriors. So we'll talk about that tomorrow on your favorite show on Mondays. And guys, I can't explain this enough before we give our final thoughts. King DB, Smitty, me, Moan, Alex, Leader, Trigger Trey Rock, Inside the Nest, The Check Down, Birds Flying High, Cool Cat Mitch, Birds of Broad Street, all your favorite shows, man, all week long. Subscribe to all of the channels. Subscribe to all of the channels Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, game day, whatever day it is. King DV, Smitty, your boy, Moan, One Trey Rock, Alex, Leader, the whole crew, man. Get them likes up for all the channels. And with that, King DV, your final thoughts.
We got to stop being a fan base that's doubting the team, especially when we're winning. For the third straight season, we've been 10-2 or better. Let that sink in. And then we were saying, oh, we got a great defense and all that. And they already talking about who did we play. We played the people that's on our schedule. Number one, number two, these are NFL players.
Yep.
They are no better than us, basically. We just all we had to do was work on our discipline. As soon as that happens, look at where we at now. We were 2-2 in 4 games. Now we're sitting at 10-2. We haven't lost a game in 8 weeks. In 8 weeks, or 9 if you want to include the bye. Right. That's what I'm saying. So stop giving up on your team and stop thinking that a team is better or worthy of beating us, or this is. I heard basically this was, if we would have lost to the Ravens, that this was a respectable loss. Like, I don't want respectable losses. I want my team to go out there and fight. So we got to have a team out there that's going to try to do something for the city, because we really don't have nothing going on for the city right now. So until then, man, until next video, man, as always, fly, go Birds.
Yep. Smitty?
Nah, man. Good game, good win. Enjoy it, man. I mean, we 10-2. All the hate was loud in week 2. The praise ain't gonna be as loud. So just enjoy it, man, for yourself. I told somebody the other day, he was a Commanders fan. I told him his problem was he called himself a chef before the food stopped cooking. So, man, let's finish the meal. Let's get it on the table. Let's get it plated. It's time to lock in, really. I mean, we've been locked in 8 straight. I don't know if we the first team, but I know it ain't many teams that's done what we done and started 3 consecutive seasons with 10+ wins going into week 13. I mean, I don't know if any other team has done it. If they have, then kudos to them. This 3 straight seasons. They told me my coach was going to be fired and all that. I don't think you get fired with 30 wins in 34 games, I think. He's 30-4 in his first 34 games starting the season. So, we in a good roll, man. We rolling. So let's keep it going. Saquon Barkley, 1499. He needed 1 yard to get 1,500 today. So next week, man, we just keep rolling. Hopefully, I mean, the Panthers, hey, look, they gonna give it up. I know that. They let Bucky Irvin and Rashad White get off. They gonna give it up. Pause. Give it up.
Facts.
Yep. And for me, y'all, listen. Don't sleep on the Panthers, man. They ain't gonna lay down and die for nobody, not even you. If you want that 11-2, you're gonna have to earn it. Simple as that. You're gonna have to earn it. So keep your head down, work. Let's get this train rolling. And for King DV, Smitty, green light victory coming up at 9:10. I'm going live for that in a few minutes. So green light victory at 9:10. So tune in for that. So for King DV and Smitty, fly Eagles, fly, go Birds. And for every Eagles victory, there's always an aftermath.
Aftermath.
Peace.
Fly,